Are you looking to get yourself a handy mount in Soulmask? On today's guide, I'll talk about different types of mounts, from boar mounts, alpaca mounts, to one of the best early game mounts you can get in the llama. How to get them, what level you need to be to get them, how to make the saddles, all of that good stuff. Starting off with our fluffy little friend here, the alpaca is one of the first guys you're going to be able to get your hands on. You may not be able to make a saddle yet, but there are a lot of easy babies that you can just pick up out of camps and out of barracks and make away with them. More than most likely, those beginner ones are going to not have very good level to them and look a bit more like this fella. But there are different grades, and as they go up in tiers of epicness, they'll look a little bit different and they'll get much bigger and have better stats. It is advisable to eventually go capture an alpaca if you really love that type of baby, but by the time you get to capturing stuff, you'll likely be moving on to our Llamas, who enable you to have an extra little package on the back that you can put up to 4 smaller creatures in there, like fish or turkey babies or some monkeys. You can also put another saddle with a follower attachment, so you can put a passed out follower on there and bring them home that way. They also have a much bigger inventory and move much quicker than our alpaca. The pigs are our most recent addition, or boar rather. They are pretty available in the noob area to capture, but you do need to be level 15 to make the cages and somewhere around there to make the saddles also. So they're going to be a little bit harder to get, but they are by far the quickest. They're quite small, they're quite nimble, easier for getting in and out of places, and much easier to drive. And the spawns for them a little bit easier to come by, as they're not surrounded by crazy wolves and eagles and such. But they are aggressive themselves, so you do have to fight off a couple of bigger boars before you can even get to the babies. They also have different tiers of epicness until they get to a much bigger guy. You'll have more HP, more inventory, more weight capacity, be bigger, look cooler, all of that stuff. At the moment, you cannot breed mounts, so whoa, that was a bit scary. And eventually you're going to want yourself some type of cat mount, and then maybe like a moose, because you can carry a lot more stuff on their sleighs, or even an elephant mount, but they are for the other mount video. This is just beginner mounts currently. To make the saddle, you need to be awareness strength 15 and build the armorer's bench and unlock the first tier of saddles, where we can make the boar saddles, the alpaca saddles, the llama saddles, and their cages and extended cushion. To make the cages required to capture animals, you do need to be level 10 and unlock the cages. I also advise, well, we got to unlock this to get that, but building a water trough and a feeding trough so that they can water and feed themselves. I also advise unlocking animal breeding, because then you can assign a follower to look after putting food into the troughs and water and all of that. If you are capturing a baby and bringing them home, I highly advise picking them up and popping them down and then picking them up again, so that they start their tame time, or pop them down and just get them to follow you, although sometimes they can get attacked and that's not that great. Pop them in a little fenced area like this with a water trough and feed trough or food in their inventory, as you likely will not be able to make a saddle for them yet. If you can have a hitching post so they don't wander around so much. You can also put more than one animal on a hitching post. I just have mine all lined up over there for the video. I've gone into ghost mode so these guys won't attack me, but making your way over to outcast camps will usually find yourself a little alpaca baby. There's about 3 or so on this lower side and 2 or so on the upper side. Our first one is the easiest to get to, is probably this one. Usually on this side, the alpaca babies are level 1 to 10 and they will always be vanilla tier. Simply pick off the guys around the outside or sneak in at night, pick them up and place them down. I'm already too full of animals, so I won't be able to pick him up, but you can also kill them and hack them up for pelt if you need some pelt, and put thatch in their inventory for some feed if you have nothing better like corn or something like that. Often the boxes around here do drop a little bit of something like that to feed them. Get yourself the pelt. It won't let me check the box at the moment because the enemies are in the area, but it is always good to check all the boxes in these type of areas. Our next little outcast camp is this one, very similar to our last one. 3 guys and a little alpaca fence. The next one a bit further west at this outcast ancient ruins. You won't usually find them at regular outcast camps like this one here, the barbarian camps, but you can find them at the barracks. But I'll show you the couple of other little ones up north first. first. We have this one here, which I quite like, as there is a respawn spot right nearby. So if you happen to die or have keep a loot on death available on your server, you can simply spawn up here, pop them down, wait until they're developed, and then ride them home. Look out for these little fireplaces that don't have outcasts at them, and it should usually unlock when you enter near the area of it. Heading over here a little bit, we'll find our outcast camp. Again, a couple of outcasts, nothing too crazy. I've got a monkey nest right nearby too, and there he is. Our final ruin is located a little bit east of the Barbarian Barracks. Another good one to come visit, as it's right near the copper mine, so you can fill your pockets with some of that, pop it in the Alpaca and run home. Regardless of saddle, they will follow you. Gosh, these dudes have almost been the lowest level so far. And our little baby. It would seem though that they have changed the reliability of being able to find alpaca babies at the barracks. I do like the Claw Tribe one for the reason if you come up from the west entrance, it's pretty easy to pick off all of these guys. Sometimes they can be getting invaded, which is a little annoying. You can run up, quickly destroy their scout fire so reinforcements don't come. There's usually a fair few animals in these cages that you can then kill for resources and hunting XP, and the alpaca will be in this one here. But it's either my game or the game itself. They've changed the spawn reliability, it would seem. As the ones over at the Flint Barracks also seem to not be here, but there is a tapir over there. This is a much harder one to be able to get into, but if you happen to be coming to get some resources from this area or getting your worship cup, I don't advise getting your worship cups from here early game. There's much easier ways, but check out that video. Usually they're in this cage. You've got to just hack down the door and go in there and pick them up, but none here today. If you've made your way over to the Fang Barracks and you haven't trapped an alpaca by now, or a llama or a pig, you can try and come here and pick these guys off. All the way down, destroy the fire there. I do have guides on all these different barracks, me floating around through them and showing you what guys you can get where and what loot and stuff. There's a little scorpion there that you can hack up for some poison, a boar, but no boar babies. And we actually have an alpaca in a cage, and it's a green level 15, because these ones in the barracks can actually be level 10 to 20. Ones in the little camps are 1 to 10. As far as I know, that's all that you can find at the barracks, but you can find the wild spawns just roaming around all over this side of the river. If you're trapping alpacas, you might as well trap a llama or a pig, to be fair. Where's our baby? There he is. You do want to kill the parents, usually. He's green and 29, fancy. As they'll trigger the trap. If you're unsure of what trap to use or what to feed them, kill one of them, save their hunting score, press K, go to your gallery, and you'll be able to see alpacas, llamas, boars, medium trap, and what food that they like to eat. You can really find so many babies just scattered all about this area. There's also a bunch more about this area, but you're really taming an alpaca baby if you're over here. I advise catching the llamas if you're over here. There's a really easy location by the Mysterious Hills portal. If you have a portal at home or nearby your base, you can teleport through there with the llama following you, or simply come here and check if there is a new one. If there isn't a baby, kill the adults, or kill the adults anyway, because they'll trigger the trap like I said. Today we have a baby. He's green, pretty worthy to get. Again, a fair few spawns around here, but a lot of them are kind of sketchy because there are wolves, there are pigs, all sorts of nonsense. You can also catch some pretty decent pigs whilst around here. Keep your eye out. So you're likely not going to be invisible. If they hear or see you, they can run, and they can run quite fast. So try not to alarm them. They'll occasionally get bugged out, which is a bit annoying. The most annoying thing about this spot is you can't build wildly close. So you do have to kind of come a little bit further away to place your trap. And you can also move your trap. If your llama baby is just moving around too crazy, go relocate and just simply sneak behind the trap. You can scare them over towards the trap, but by putting food in here, they'll eventually wander over this way. Like I said, you want to kill anything else that may be interested in the trap, as then when they trigger it, you have to repair it to be able to open it again, or simply place another trap down, or bring some spare resources for repairing the trap that you do have. This guy is a little bit far away, so I would have to probably scare him down there by leaving my little ghost mode situation. He's going to see me. He's going to freak out. He's going to run down there. He may run in the wrong direction, but he'll eventually return over here. Usually want to get about crouching and hiding behind something. I'll probably be able to scare him over into that direction. Or I can come over here and move my trap slightly closer to him and risk potentially scaring him further away. But you've got to risk it for the biscuit. You can move them fairly far away from yourself and the original trap location. We probably want to hide here and not move until he's, hit my mic, until he slowly wanders in this direction. It is very much a waiting game, capturing baby animals. It's like that with all of them, except for monkeys. Monkeys tend to put themselves in the traps pretty quickly. Does look like he's a little bit bugged out at the moment, unfortunately. Usually they slowly wander over. Your trap will start to decay if not in a bonfire area, so it's not a really set and forget activity. Do keep that in mind. Yeah, occasionally they can bug out. It just means I probably have to kill him, to be honest. It is best to not scare them. A little bit north to the entrance of the elite boar pit, we'll find some more llamas. There really are just spawns everywhere. If you can't find one or one bugs out, it's always the option for more. Or kill the existing ones and come back a different time. Oh, we've got 2 babies today. That's actually pretty rare. Usually there's only 3 spawns here, so... Oh, he's in my cage. That's why. If you leave them caged up, they will eventually die. Also, I can't capture him currently, but if you want to be humane, you can release them or execute them. And you can see the durability of the cage is down by half because it got used and it needs repairing. Boar babies are easier, but also not. There are a lot more spawns of them, but they are also aggressive. Our little boar baby friend got scared and he ran away, but he's a really decent level. Similar principle to capturing the llamas. In fact, it's the exact same principle. You want to be able to squat, and sometimes you can't build close to places. Excuse me, let me move you. Thank you. Relocating it a little bit closer always helps. You can also mark them with your left mouse button, so if they run away, it's easier to track. That's applicable to all animals and crawly things. Simply repeat the process. For some reason, it's being a bit glitchy, but I think it's because I keep going in and out of admin mode. And then just waiting game. They run super far away. They will eventually return. Hide behind something. I'll have to insert a little map of all these spawn locations because again, they're all over this area. A lot around these lakes. And you can find some higher level ones all around here. Just go exploring. You will find the baby. Let's ride some of them around. You can see this guy's very quick, very nimble, very low turning circle. Let's see what his inventory has. Not quite as much carry weight as the others, but still decent. I have a lot because I'm in admin mode, but you'll have less and this guy will have more than you, which is also handy because if you're really full, it will affect the weight of your mount and how quick they can move. Our alpaca, pretty decent in speed. They can jump. Yo! Really fun. Don't fall off a cliff with these guys though. They don't love that for their life. You can feed them some stasis soup and that will help them heal. I wanted to view your items. That was very rude that you moved at that moment, my guy. He's hungry, so he's gonna go eat some stuff. I can put some alpaca feed in his inventory. If I'm riding him and drink water, he'll drink water. The better the variety, the better inventory space they'll also have. This guy is red level, well, red tier. And this guy, whee! A little bit smaller of a turning circle. They can't jump, but they can have this in their pocket. I have currently 1 monkey in there that I can't take out because I'm too full of animals. We love that for me. But you can put 4 baby animals in there, like some turkey babies if you have to travel far from that, fish babies if you caught some of them for your fish traps. You get the idea. You also don't have to have that on him. You can take it off like so, but it does have to be empty to be able to unequip it. If you found this informative, smash that like button and happy adventuring for mounts. If you're not already, consider subscribing and stick around for another helpful guide on getting some other creatures in Soulmask. Until next time, I hope you have an excellent day, evening, night, morning, whatever it may be, wherever you may be. Have a good one.